You're blue. You're blue.
1 sec.
$56 for Ireland, and they've weathered a pretty difficult early storm by the Bangladesh Quicks. Stephen Doherty gone for 12. Paul Sterling, he got a beauty. Absolute cracker. Second ball duck for the talismanic Ireland opener. What a lovely ball. Nipped through. Umpire Reynolds said no. Sent it upstairs, and a good review. A little flick of the edge, and Paul Reynolds had to say, sorry, Paul Sterling, you've got to go. A cracking ball. Really beautiful ball. Good pace. Nip back. Also hit that back hip as well. And Mushfiqur Rahim does really well behind the stumps. First over. Got his feet moving. And Stephen Doherty, I'm afraid, has got work to do. The youngster has to get his feet moving a lot better at the moment. Finding life here in Chelsea very difficult against Bangladesh. Hector and Balbirnie have come together and added 40 in good time. 47 balls, so the partnership is going nicely. Just before the drinks break, Harry Tector, well, he thought he was gone. There was a miscommunication. Neither fielder really looked like they wanted it, like their life depended on it. And in the end, Shoreful, who's had a pretty disappointing day so far, makes a bit of a meal of it, really. Man in the deep should be claiming that. Man in the deep should be saying, out of my way, I'm attacking the ball, I'm running on towards the ball. And would have been a much easier catch for the man in the deep. 4 bowlers bowled. Hassan the best. 2 for 12. Shoreful disappointing so far. Ebadot's been okay, and nice to see Shakib roll his arm over today.
Lovely boy.
Well, Harry Tector got alive just before drink. Shamanoy Ghosh alongside me. Your thoughts on this missed opportunity?
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't the easiest of chances. These are windy conditions. The ball was pretty high. But yes, you're right when you're saying, you mentioned the calling. Maybe you could have called for it. Tajul Islam was coming in. 2 fielders converging in. Shakib to continue.
Well, Tajul Islam has to call that catch right from the outset. As soon as Tajul Islam, who was fielding deep square leg, saw that ball airborne, he's got to call his big fast bowler out of the way and take control of the situation. He had about 30 yards to go, Tajul Islam, where Shoreful had to turn and follow the ball over his back. Now, up in the air, Tajul knows exactly, coming in from the deep, that is your ball. Take command of the situation. Say to the big quick, get out of my eye line. I'm going to sprint. I'm going to get myself set and safely pouch this catch. Never easy for the big quick. Always easier coming in from the... Yeah, Shoreful, that's yours.
Bowling.
Shoreful Islam. Tajul Islam in the deep.
Checky, good checky. One more dot here, check.
These can often get tricky. Was in the middle.
Wait. Save it, Tamim. Yeah.
Will be another single to end the over. 3 off it. 59 for 2.
Over. Thank you.
Tamim winning the toss. Wanted to bowl. He's got a couple of early wickets, but Balbirnie and Tector are going nicely. Partnership of 43. Just a solitary slip in play now. Inside edge onto that back hip. Still plenty in it. Spoke to Tammy Iqbal before the game. I asked him how he felt his batters went on Tuesday. He was happy. He said he felt the Ireland bowlers and Ireland captain over-attacked. It was something that was evident throughout the Ireland bowling display on Tuesday. Balbirnie had slips in play all through the innings. So his method for his bowlers was don't over-attack, hit a line of length, let the pitch and the ball do the work for you. I think we felt in the commentary box on Tuesday that Ireland were always searching for wickets and yielded boundaries because of that.
I had a chance to have a chat with him yesterday. They were training and didn't mention that, you know, it's, again, these conditions, it's about line and length. It's not about pace. There was an interview of Shoriful where he said that was the instruction from Tamim Iqbal. We saw him get off the nets. Oh, this is a good delivery. Some movement, and there, straight away, you can hear from behind the wickets, Mushfiqur shouting, excellent line and length. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. And continue with some patience. There you go.
Pumped away from Balbirnie, who stands tall as he often does. Big couple of games for Ireland. Really big couple of ODIs for Ireland to try and get a bit of confidence leading into that World Cup qualifying tournament in Zimbabwe. In June and July, 2 teams out of 10 will qualify for the World Cup in India. West Indies have announced their squad today. No Shimron Hetmeyer in the squad. Not selected. I wonder will we see much more of Shimron Hetmeyer in international colours. No! Didn't travel to the World Cup. Shimron Hetmeyer. Talented cricketer. All the other 9 sides, when they saw that West Indies squad and no Hetmeyer, would have been mightily relieved. Sri Lanka, they'll be there. Zimbabwe, the host, they'll be tough to beat. Scotland, Ireland, Nepal, who've had a wonderful couple of months. Their followers, fanatical followers, will be following that tournament very closely. Tector looks very comfortable, as he did on Tuesday. Tucks one off the hip for a single off the last. 16 done, 62 for 2. World Cup qualifiers 18th of June to 9th of July in Zimbabwe. Top 2 will go to the World Cup in India. Zimbabwe, the host, they'll be hard to beat. Sri Lanka, you would think, would be the form side, the likes of Hasaranga and Tikshana. Those tournaments are always eagerly contested, ultra competitive, with such a big prize at stake. The World Cup in India, October 5 to November 19. Nepal, watch out, man, are very handy. And the USA, great to see the USA there. High octane, high pressure environment. Everyone wants to get to the World Cup. Bangladesh, they're there already.
Absolutely, they've qualified already. I think this series itself, it's all about the preparations for Bangladesh. But Ireland, they just had a series in Bangladesh, not so successful. Now this one was very important, still is. And moving into just what you were talking about, playing against West Indies, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe. How hard is that going to be?
Let me ask you something as a Bangladesh expert. How many of the spots do you think, who watches a lot of Bangladesh cricket, are still up for grabs for that first game of the tournament in October in India?
Oh, lovely. Woo. Second. Go check it, go check
At least two.
Where? Which positions? Which skill sets are the coaches still looking for?
Oh, 7 coming.
Will be a dot ball to end the over. We'll get back to that. 64 for 2.
$64 for 2, 17 overs gone. This is a match which has been reduced because of the delayed start. 45 overs per innings. Ireland were put into bat by Tamim Iqbal, Bangladesh's captain. Stephen Doherty going for 12. Paul Sterling, 2 balls for his duck. Andy Balbirnie and Harry Tector taking things on for a partnership of 48.